Hi, welcome to Black Amethyst Oracle. This is Carmen, and today I am going to read some minds. I'm going to look into the thoughts of the person on your mind. This is like a going into your mind and then going into their mind. I'm traveling, So we'll see. Because feelings and thoughts are very different. How you feel in your heart, how someone is, reacting on an emotional level is different from how we perceive things, how we rationalize and logistically decide things. So ultimately, someone could feel so much but do so much differently based on thoughts. So I want to look at thoughts today. We always look at feelings. Let's look at thoughts. I've got 3 groups. These are cards from a new deck I have called the Heart's Eye Oracle. It's so gorgeous I had to pull it out, and it will reappear in the readings because I'm going to get some more. I'd like to introduce you to each group. You vibe it out, see which one is yours, and then we'll get into the readings. And I'll be using a couple other decks. I have some plans and I have some questions I'm trying to structure a little bit. The first group has apatite, and I will insert a still so that you can see the stones and pictures more closely all together and make a choice. And this card says listen, which may or may not mean anything to you. The image may call to you, but the card is meant to express something about your situation to me, which we will get into later. This is quartz with green chlorite inside. Pretty cool. And the card here is reconnect. I love those eyes. And this is sodalite. Sodalite, and the card for group 3 is balance, this fairy. So I'll insert the still now. Take a look. Think about your situation. Think about your person. Let's get into those readings. I'll see you there. Okay, number 1. It shows this apatite and the listen card. When I first pulled this for group 1, the first thing that came to my mind is that there's something that you're not hearing about the situation. There's something that you're meant to learn or understand about yourself and your path that you're not necessarily hearing in this connection. And this is a brand new deck to me, and I haven't really looked at the booklet, but I did kind of look it up to see what they said, and it actually was about the same. So I wasn't far off in my idea that I got the sense that there's a multifaceted how do you call it? There's a multifaceted aspect to your situation with this person, in that you could look, this goes with anything. You could look at it so many different ways, but it feels like you're really stuck on one perspective of the situation. And when I say stuck, it's not in the best way. Like, I think there's something that you're missing. So we'll get into that some more. I wanted to use the Children of Litha deck to look at the situation just a tiny bit more before we get into their thoughts. So this is really me trying to figure out a little bit about what you are thinking and about the situation. So how you're perceiving the situation. How is group 1, the apatite, group. How are they thinking about the person? Magician, you may be feeling that you manifested this person. You may be feeling that there's a great deal of divine intervention. And Ace of Cups, you may be feeling a great deal of love and an excitement about a new beginning. Or just an overflowing amount of unconditional love, really, is what I'm getting. You're really focused on this being someone that you're meant to be with. You're focused on how much you feel for them, how much you want to give to them. And these are things that you're thinking about. You're thinking about how you came together and whether or not it was driven by fate. And you're thinking about, or destiny, you know, and like you're thinking about just all the overflowing sort of love, or at least intense feelings that you have, that you're feeling probably in your heart space for them. All right, I'm gonna take it. Three of Swords. All right. There's an element of heartbreak. There's an element of suffering. I believe that this could mean that this person has hurt you, or this could mean that things just aren't going as well as you'd like, and you're not understanding why. Okay, so here we go. I think at this point I'll go on into their feelings, and then we'll come back to the Heart's Eye Oracle for advice, and an animal deck. I have a new animal deck to look at as well. So, get these out of the way. Keep these on hand. Oh, and I have my clue cards. I don't know. We'll see. You know what I wish I had? I wish I had mugwort that would stay lit. I need a good source, because this latest bundle I got is crap. Oops. Don't mind me, just starting fires here. All right, whatever. Welcome to my world. All right, I'm using the Wayhome Tarot deck to get into this person's mental energy, because this is one of my, it's really honestly one of my favorite decks, and it's so, there's so much symbolism on the cards that relates to the archetypes. Yeah, how many times have I checked to see if I was recording? Like 3-ish. All right. Oh my goodness. Real flippy, real flippy. All right. I desperately want this to light. I'm determined, you guys. Sorry. Okay. Into the mind of apatite's person. All right, I have my list of questions. How is group 1, the apatite people, are you showing up in their mind? Emperor. Okay. Who are you to them? Who are you? Who do they feel you are in their thinking? Three of Wands. Okay, so, you know, you're a strong figure to them. They, you know, you show up in their mind as a force, as a leader, as a significant person who has made an appearance in their life. And then the Three of Wands is telling me there's a shared feeling of manifestation here. And you know, not everybody is constantly thinking about manifesting. I think that's popular in our community, but you may or may not be dealing with someone who's consciously aware of intention and attraction. However, you know, you got the Magician over here for your thoughts and feeling, or your thoughts on this situation. And I definitely picked up that you wonder if you manifested them. Like, did you ask for them and they came? Did you, you know, do you did you pull them in? You know, I'm sorry, I'm struggling with words, but anyway, that's what this Three of Wands is also speaking to me about. Is there's this shared quality, a mutual feeling, thought that you know, something about the way you came together feels to them divine, like divine intervention. Like they, as far as who you are to them, they have, if not still, they have seen you as a part of the big picture, like a part of. They have given much consideration to a future with you. Okay. What is this question I wanted to ask? What? Okay. What are some of their perceptions of you? Some of their perceptions of you. Ten of Pentacles. They have seen you as someone they could do it all with, have everything with, be the, maybe even a family with. They have seen you as a come up. They have seen you as a reward. They've seen you as everything they wanted and hope to find. And I'm saying have seen because I don't know what's, I just sense there's something up, you know, because of this. Without this card, so far, everything feels mutual. But I haven't seen anything yet about them on this. Like your thought about whatever kind of suffering is happening, whatever kind of hurt has happened, it hasn't appeared here yet. And I'm expecting it to. Let me get in there. Their thoughts of you. Seven of Pentacles. They may have wanted to slow things down and assess how it's going. How do they see this going? Four of Cups. Yeah, there's a little sadness here. There's a little there's something in them that is wanting. There's something in them that is wanting more. They're wanting... They don't know what they want. They want more, but they don't know what they want. There's something about them that is... There's something in their mind that has them feeling unsatisfied. And it's not that they're unsatisfied with you necessarily, because you have shown up as a pretty powerful force, a very beautiful thing to them. But there's something in them, something maybe that they had planned for, something that they had in mind, something they wanted, but now they're not sure they're gonna get it. I don't think that is directly related to you. It's outside. It's kind of like if they choose you and being with you, there's something they may have to give up. Where do they see this connection going? Whoa. Where do they see this connection going? There are so many flippy cards. This is speaking to me of the indecision, of the not knowing. I saw, I think it was Justice. Yeah, there it is. I saw Justice and I saw Hierophant. Like, these are major arcanas, and they flipped out. And I think that I'm just getting the feeling that there's a lot of indecision around big moves, like big important decisions about commitment, and decisions about marriage. Even there's a lot in their mind right now that's weighing on them. Like, there's a lot of heavy, big life stuff. They may be, I think, in a major sort of, I don't feel that they are in a, like, what do you call it? Cruise control. I think they're at a crossroads, and they're not sure about... They're really in their heads, to be honest, and I'm picking up on... I feel like they may be kind of tormenting themselves with these undecided ideas, and not knowing what to do, being afraid to make the wrong choices, and valuing you so much, and yet wrestling with this idea that something is off, and that they would have to give something up to be with you, or even just their freedom to commit to you. And I think that if that's what's going on, that's what's kind of got, if you're over here like, look, we came together, and it's so wonderful, it's so great, like, ouch, like, what are you doing? Like, why is this so hard for you to, like, see? And you I'm this to you, I'm that to you, like, what's your hang up? It's definitely swords energy. It's definitely self-inflicted overthinking. They're overthinking to a degree. I mean, it's okay to take all these decisions seriously, obviously, but okay, let me get into more about what are they thinking about you? How are you showing up? Let me do that. Let me go back to that, since we've got this 10 of Pentacles, and how are they thinking you fit in their life? The universe, that's the world card here. They really do think of you as everything. They think of you as a final stop, like the destination in a way. Like they think of you as the complete package, and they think of you as this big, beautiful appearance in their situation. And that yeah, every time we think about every time I'm getting in how they think of you, like there's nothing wrong with you. Let me see if there are any let me see if there are any blockages, or what should we say? Like what do they find to be challenging? What do they think of as challenging about this connection? What do they think of as challenging? Oh, okay. Four of Wands. They find it challenging to settle, to stop, to make it real, to make it the thing, to make it the home, to make it the foundation. I think they're just scared. That's what I just got. Like they have a lot of worry and anxiety around saying yes and just going for it. Like it's almost like FOMO, you know, like it's almost fear of missing out. And it's not that they're afraid of missing out on a better person, a better opportunity, you know, a partner. It's that they're worried about being able to keep things balanced. Like they're worried about being able to provide and do their part and create equally with you, if that makes sense. Like they're worried about if you build this life together, can they really measure up to what you give? I feel that is something that they're thinking of. They're thinking of not being good enough for this, you know, for you, letting you down. They're worried about letting you down. They're simultaneously worried about where they're headed individually, like in their own path, and whether or not, and if it's the time to settle. Because if it's not for them, then they're not comfortable with this hang up over here, this like feeling that they haven't done what they meant to do. They thought they were going to do something else, and being with you would probably, and you know, maybe it means they can't, you know, it's a location thing. They would be giving up the, you know, once you're with someone, everything becomes a compromise, and it's like, where do we live? Where do we go? How do we spend our days? What do we eat for dinner? Like there's a whole lot of stuff that you compromise in choosing to do this with someone. And I think that they're just really struggling with that. I feel them struggling to feel 100% in, because, you know, they take it very seriously. So what do they think when they think of losing you? and letting you go? What do they think about if they think of life without you? What are their thoughts around being without you? They really have a feeling. That's the Wheel of Fortune. They really have a feeling that if it's meant to be, it will be. So it's weird because they have this mental process that's very like analytical and like strategic, right? And like worried and busy, and this mental energy that is just like I said, overthinking. And yet at the same time, when it comes to like the idea of letting you go, they're kind of like, well, if it's meant to be, it will be. Like, they're not really owning their choice. I don't think they're ready to make such a choice. I think they feel I think they think that you will come back around, you will come back together if it's meant to be. Like, I really think they have given it up to destiny in a way that is passive almost. Like, I mean, I definitely agree with like letting things, just putting things in the hands of fate and like seeing what's meant to be. I get that. We work in that business, right? But like at the same time, this person, they want to control everything about their own journey and their life and their path in a way. Like, I feel that. But like they also at the same time, like, honestly, I get that as far as like giving you up, like their thought of life without you and like letting you go, like they really, the way they convince themselves that that is okay and that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world is by saying, if it's meant to be, it'll come back to us. That's kind of where they are in thoughts of being apart, if you are, or if you're considering being apart. How do they think you feel about them? The Fool. Not being a fool. I think they feel like you are bold and courageous and have been absolutely ready to jump, like I think they think you are just so, they think you are honest, authentic, bold, courageous, strong. They think you are adventurous and fun, and they think you'd be an excellent person to go on the life journey with. I was asking what they think you think. Shit. Okay, so like I think they think, oh, it gets hairy, doesn't it? I think they think you think it shouldn't be so difficult and you should just move through it. They think you think you're meant to do this together. Okay. Why do they think about this situation the way they do? What is it that makes them tick? What is it about the situation? What that makes them think all of this? Like, what is it? Whoa. What is it making them question? Or what is it that's making them overthink? And Knight of Swords. Yeah, this is a real Knight of Swords person, to be honest. Like, this is a real mental... This person is probably pretty decent at communicating, and maybe they've tried to express all of this to you, and maybe, but maybe you're not hearing what they're saying, you know? It's just the way they are. This is a really mental movement kind of card. Like, this is a bit, the reason they think they get hung up like this is that they're a person who this is their modus operandi. Like, they are made of mental energy and movement based on it, and they're really like wound up. Like, there's literally a tornado inside this person. Like, they're really wound up mentally. That's just how they're wired. They're showing up as this Knight of Swords, and that's the reason you know, that they're having these like big questions and these stumbling blocks. Is that a word? But it's because essentially who they are. It's in their person, you know, it's in their being, in their mentality, their mental. All right, let me just get 2 more of these on thoughts. Let's get just a little bit more on what they think of when they think of you. Like, what do they think of when they think of you? 6 of Wands. They see you in the highest regard. They really do. They really don't have a problem with you. Like, personally, they really think you're all that. This is in line with, you know, thoughts of you being 10 of Pentacles, like the ultimate like catch, and like thoughts of you being everything in this big beautiful giant force. And then here with the 6 of Wands, like, they really see you as someone they respect, and someone that you're worth so much. You're like this, they see you as this sort of like, you know, not just to pull straight from this image, but like, they really do see you as a kind of light, like a guiding light, kind of like, they really, I feel like they have they're in their thoughts, in their mind, you are flawless. Like, there's nothing wrong with you. And I think they have beaten themselves up about this, to that they can't, you know, just get with it and be that person. I think it's really hard for them. I think you've triggered the living shit out of them, to be honest. And I think you're not listening. I think you do feel all this, and you have given them so much, and you may have manifested them in a way, because I think that you're probably learning things about yourself, but we're going to get into that. But I don't think you're hearing how much they really regard you as a beautiful thing. Like, I don't think you're hearing the reason that they're hung up, and it has to do with them. It truly does. All right, one more on their thoughts about what to do. What are their current thoughts about what to do? Mother of Wands, Queen of Wands. Well, they really want to just take control of this mess and stop feeling torn and tossing it around. And there is a Six of Cups here. And I do just feel it's necessary to say you're on their mind a ton. And I think they just really want to, I get the feeling they want to kind of end any misery or flux around stability. Like they really don't want to tear you up. They really don't want to keep existing in this tormented way. I think they would without you. I think they really are in their own place of, I don't know if it's permanent, like this is just like always going to be how they think, or if they need to go through something. They may need to go through losing you, as terrible as that sounds. But we all grow. Loss is an amazing trigger for looking at yourself and the way you operate and treat people and stuff. Okay, so what I'd like to do now is go back to the Heart's Eye Oracle, which is missing the 2 cards from group 1 and 2 right now, but that's okay. And I just want to get another card or 2 about the situation. Like, what do you need to know about this situation? Yeah. Truth. Hear this truth. Hear it. Listen. This is you just need to accept this truth that it is truly, and it's gonna, I get the sense that it's not, if you're feeling rejected at all, you have to find a way to release the idea or the emotion that comes with rejection, that it was something you did, or that you're not good enough. You may have found yourself picking yourself apart, like, oh yeah, okay, this card and the way it's designed with this flower, I definitely just, it feels to me like, you know, when you take the daisy, he loves me, loves me not, loves me, loves me not, that type of thing. Like, I think you're really just, this situation probably puts you through it because you don't, you're like, you can't make sense of what's happening, and you're like, you say you like me, but you don't want to like do this, like what, it doesn't make sense, right? But I think it's important that you just hear the truth of it, and like discern from what they tell you, that I think they're being honest with you, whatever they've let you in on. And let's do another from this gorgeous deck. Even the backs are pretty. Can you see that? All right, more about the situation for apatite number 1. Forgive. You know, if you can practice some forgiveness here and not, you know, you can be angry but let it go, you know? Feel it and let it go. I think eventually you will come to see that you've become empowered through this connection, and it will feel more like a gift than it does necessarily in a different way. I get that you have more coming outside of this situation. You have not actually received everything that is coming to you. And I think that once you like accept, like hear this person and accept the truth and just let it be and let it go, you know, just like with that Wheel of Fortune card, like they seem so willing to do. If you can let it go, if you can move through your feelings and find that you don't need to blame anyone. It's not, you don't blame yourself, and you don't need to blame them for not measuring up. They want to, they see you as everything, but we're in different places, and that's just how it is. And I also have this new deck that I haven't used yet. And it's what's it called? Spirit Animal Wisdom. Just advice. What's a word from Spirit for our #1 apatite people about this? Okay. Dolphin. Healing wisdom is surfacing. Stop and listen. Well, there it is. When it's reiterated in a reading, I love it. And I feel, yes, healing wisdom is surfacing. Stop and listen. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You're going to move through these emotions, and you're going to be able to look back at all of this, and whether or not you believe everything they said and accept it as truth, I think you're gonna go up in your own personal understanding of who you are and what you need and what you want. And I think it's going to be easier for you to move into something better for yourself. This person may never catch up to you, and that's not their fault. I think they would love to. I think they see you as a more advanced being, as a more enlightened being, and magical in a way. And I think if you could see yourself how they see you, you would find healing in that alone. Like, it hurts to let go of someone who I think you do know that they see you this way, and but maybe you question it because it doesn't add up that they might want to go. But you know, once everything isn't so raw, it's easier to, they say hindsight's 20/20, but like, as far as like healing wisdom surfacing, I definitely feel that. I felt that here, and here, and yeah, there you go. Let's call it. Let's do that right there. Okay, so hopefully that gives you some idea about what's going on in this person's brain when it comes to you. All right. Hello to group number 2. You chose this lovely shaman's dream quartz with green chlorite inclusions. Isn't it wild, the things that happen on Earth? All right. You also chose this reconnect card. To me, this is speaking about your situation, inspiring you to remember who you are and reconnect with your dreams and your goals, and really just a lot of there's a big feeling of awareness and growth, inspired by the connection in question. Sometimes it's really, it's not the connection itself, and it's not the other person. It's what the feelings you feel inspire. And sometimes you may feel, pain, worry, anger, these less pleasant feelings, and you wonder why or whatever. And sometimes that's just to it all helps you identify like where you need work and what you will stand for, what you want, what you don't. And sometimes when you feel love, and the more we move forward in life and love, the closer we get to understanding what unconditional love is. So, regardless of what your situation is doing, I get the idea that there's something inspired here for that is calling you to look within and reconnect with, like I said, who you are. On this card, this fairy has a third eye. There are all these eyes. There's this awakening feeling. And really, even this shaman's dream quartz with the green chlorite inside, it's looking in. Like there's something in there. There's something inside. And it's, for you, a real boon of spiritual energy, I believe, waiting. So the next thing that I want to do with this, I had to take a call. The next thing I want to do, I was saying, is to get into your thoughts of the situation. All right? So show me the thoughts of the second group and the situation. Oh, wow. Okay. The devil, I think there's some obsessive thinking, lots of thinking. Can't seem to get, I think you can't seem to get this person off your mind. What else? Number two, thinking about the situation. Queen of Wands. You may be feeling already, I think there's a part of you that may be feeling somewhat awakened in I think this looks like a passionate connection, and I think that it has sort of awakened a power in you, like Queen of Wands being extremely like just a real manifester and a real maker of good shit, like this is like your thoughts on the situation are this makes you feel, this connection has the power to make you feel really good in a way that you like. And I just want you to keep that in mind, that that's in you, regardless of what happens moving forward with this person. Keep that in mind. This is in you, this power, and you're being asked to reconnect to it anyway. All right, one more on your thoughts about this situation. The High Priestess. I think you probably feel that you have a sense of knowing what what is happening. there may be you're thinking about the situation that this is crazy, because like, all right, this also gives me the feeling of looking deeper, wanting to like suss out the gooey goodness inside. And again, like, there's something inside, there's something in this connection that is inspiring you and making you feel capable and powerful. And there's in your thoughts about it, I feel this is another, these two, wow, so powerful, devil powerful. There's something that is making you think about your own probably psychic abilities and manifestation abilities. I think there's something in you that's very obsessed with understanding what's happening in this connection and what it's for. That's the greater thing that I'm getting, like what it's for, what it's about, like what is this? Like, I think you really want to know, this person has come into my life in whatever manner and kind of knocked my socks off. What is this about? What is happening? What is happening? Is this, is this meant to be the one? Is this whatever you believe, is this a soulmate? Is this the person? And, like, what is all this intensity that I'm feeling? What does it mean? So yeah, there's just that. All right, just wanted to take a look for a sec at you. And now I'm going to use this Wayhome Tarot deck to look into that person on your mind's thoughts, how you're showing up in their brain, in their thoughts, in their head. Total mental energy. This isn't about how they feel. I'll say feel a lot, just out of habit more than anything, and also because I'm feeling. So technically, sometimes I say I'm thinking or I'm feeling, but maybe it's somewhere in between when it's channeling, right? Let me get a good shuffle. Using the same decks for all the readings. All right. How's this quartz green chlorite person thinking? How are you appearing in their mind? Let's start with that. How do you appear in the mind of this person you're thinking of? King of Pentacles. So you're appearing as someone who is powerful, and if you don't have it all together yet, they see you as someone who's getting it together and gonna succeed. They have a lot of faith in you to reach your goals. And I think, didn't we talk about dreams and goals? Like, I think you're questioning all that, and this person has confidence in you and sees you as a real, like, as a success or a will-be success. They see you as someone who is gonna get to I mean, these cards, that's why I love them so much. The imagery is so great, and I'm not going to try to pretend like I'm not looking at this mountain thinking about that, but like, yeah, like they see you reaching the summit. Like they just really feel like you got this. That's the energy of that. They see you as someone who's got this as far as like life goes. They have a lot of confidence and faith in you to make your dreams come true. So, you know, that even just off the bat just echoes what I was feeling here. And I think that whatever it is you're trying to do, you've got a supporter here, at least, you know, a cheerleader in a sense. And regardless of what goes down with them, you know, we want to know, that's why we're doing the reading. But like, there is definitely a feeling that this person's belief in you at this moment is inspiring you to, it's helping, it's encouraging you to believe in yourself. Okay, so who are you to them? Like, who are you in their life, like in their mind? Like, what do they think you've shown up to be to them? Oh, wow, the Lovers. Okay. They think they may feel that you are a soulmate. They definitely are vibing you. Like, so far everything's cool. You know, things seem to be going well. Everything over here. Yeah, all right. With this Lovers, I believe they feel you have shown up in their life to be a significant part of it, a player in their, you know, future. Honestly, they're thinking really good things about you. They're really kind of stoked energy is what I get. They're excited about you as a person. They're excited about you. I get they're excited about the reciprocity between you, that like you're clearly into them, they're clearly into you, and that's exciting for them. I think things in this connection must be going well. So if that's not your situation, this probably isn't going to be your reading. I will say I don't see how flexible this one is. This one looks, unless things take a wild turn, like this is, I'm getting nothing but optimistic thoughts, really. What are some of their, let me get into some specifics. What are some of their thoughts about you? Thoughts of you, thoughts of you. Ooh. A lot of thoughts. I just almost stopped, but I felt a lot of cards. I could feel the pull of a lot of cards that wanted to come out. It's funny how that works. Let me get, come on. Show me one of the types of things they're thinking about. Chlorite core. Four of Pentacles. They're feeling they're feeling attached. They're thinking they may be thinking about their defensiveness and their boundaries in a way. Like they may be like thinking about how to actively thinking about how to relax their own I get that they often are a little nervous about letting people in their heart. They don't just fall for anyone, and they are thinking about relaxing their guard, you know, like letting their guard down, relaxing their defenses, like lowering their walls in this situation. And I get the sense that things have been moving in a sense fast, but also slow. That will make sense to you if it's the case, because I think the passion was fast. The instant connection has been fast. The recognition, you know, of who you are, and like the excitement is fast. But the like admitting it and deciding to be exclusive, if that's happened yet, like it may or may not have happened yet, because I get the feeling there's mental energy going into this aspect, like the trying to let go of the control of emotions. Like this may be someone who typically is very controlled emotionally, like they keep their emotions cool, you know, like they're not somebody who acts or speaks necessarily from an emotional place. So for them to feel a lot is bringing up, you know, issues of whether or not you know, how comfortable they are with letting that down. I think it's probably happening, but happening maybe slowly. Show me more about thoughts. Knight of Wands. They are thinking that your determination and your passion and drive, you're coming across with this Queen of Wands here, and your thoughts about the situation, and here with this Knight of Wands and their thoughts of you. You're coming across as a real firecracker, you know, like you're coming across as somebody who really goes after what they want, and kind of like a manifester. Like they are turned on by how driven they perceive you to be, you know, whether you are or not. They see you as somebody who can do big things. And oh, I did say that over here with the King of Pentacles. Yeah, like they have all this faith in you. Yeah, like you know, it's funny. Here's a mountain, here's a volcano. Like there's a lot of very supportive mental energy. This person is a fan of yours for sure. Okay. What are they thinking they would like to happen between the two of you? Oh, wow. So that's the Page of Wands. That's the Daughter of Wands. Here you are with more wands. That's passion and fire. The page, you know, that's just more. It's just more of the same, honestly. Like, but the pages are the kind of like spark. And like I said, oh, that's funny. I said they see you as a firecracker, and now we have fireworks in this card. Yeah, like they see this, as far as like seeing this moving along, they just want to go with it. They just want to go in this direction, go toward you. They want to discover more about you. They're really intrigued by you. They want to see where this, how big and beautiful this thing can get. They think you are so sexy, and they think that that's reciprocal too. Like they think that you, I said reciprocity here, like this is very mutual. There's a lot of mutual stuff going on. That you turn them on, and they turn you on and you both know it. That's the vibe. So, is there anything they see as a challenge? Are they thinking of anything as a challenge in moving forward with you? Ooh, Nine of Swords. Okay. So the thing that they would be seeing as a challenge would be their own like mental health. Like, this is a person who has probably had, or maybe you actually have had, one or the both of you has had, and I have a feeling you've been open about it, has had a history of probably anxiety and potentially depression, which anxiety is actually just a branch of depression, but because it has to do with like losing control and feeling like you, whatever. I'm not a psychologist, but I been to some. Anyway, like I think the only thing they see as potentially getting in the way could be your anxiety or theirs. I think this is going to be flexible depending on your situation, because here with when you got this devil card first, and I said that I felt like you were having obsessive thoughts. I don't know if that's even in this shot. Yeah, they may know that you're anxious and thinking about them a lot, and it may put a little bit of pressure on your connection if they feel they have to keep you at ease. You may feel a little volatile to them with all this wands and fire. Like they may feel you as a somewhat fragile yet strong thing, which it sounds crazy, but like, yeah, like somebody who's capable of anything, very powerful and strong, but also very sensitive, and that comes with the territory. I relate to that 100%. Being strong and being sensitive go hand in hand often. So they probably see you that way. And I did just see the Queen of Wands under here. I just want you to know. It was on the bottom, and there's the Queen of Wands, and I'm just wands. There's such an incredible wands power, royal wands energy. If the king shows up, I don't even know what we're gonna do. All right, so what do we ask next? Under the Lover's card, let me ask, what do they think about when they think about a future with you? Oh, Queen of Pentacles. Right up here is the king. When they think about a future with you, they're seeing counterpart energy. They're thinking you are like the earth partner. Like you're the one who could hold it together. Like you're someone they could plant the seeds with. You're someone who would absolutely be dependable and sturdy and in this sort of reliable way. The Queen of Pentacles bringing Capricorn energy in here. This is an energy of somebody who really knows how to figure things out and go for it, like really sets goals and goes for them. And it's interesting because that came up again here, dreams and goals, and them being your fan, and them seeing a place for you, not just you in their lives, but they're trying to see a place for themselves in your life. I think they'd be honored. All right. What about under this King of Pentacles when I asked how you appear to them? Let's look at another idea they're having about, what's an idea they have about this connection? What's an idea they have? about this connection. These questions are very broad. An idea they have. The Sun. They want to have a future full of happy days with you. They want to make plans and have good times. Honestly, they just want to bask in the, you know, your radiance and like take what you're gonna give them. You know, they feel to me very confident. I think they think in a very confident way. They feel less emotional, but it doesn't mean they don't have feelings. They do, but it comes across differently. They don't, to me, this person doesn't have like watery emotions the way emotions are water, cups energy, etc. Like we don't even have any cups, right? Like their thoughts, their thought process is a little foreign to me. I'm a very watery thinker because I'm a feeler, but like I am, when I'm feeling their thoughts, I get the sense that they are more practical minded and this Wands fire energy minded. Like they just kind of exist in this like it's not detached, but it's not detached from emotion, but their emotions translate into a confidence with you that so far I don't think they're worried. Like I think they just think really positively about the connection and the future with you. I don't think they've necessarily, well, let's find out. I just kind of got the idea that I don't think that they know what's gonna happen, but they're real open to it being awesome. They almost expect it to be awesome without thinking about it. I don't know how to explain how this person thinks. It's different. Like I said, it's really different from how I think. So I'm having, it's like a real exploration into a different kind of mind right now for me. Like this is somebody who their emotions, they're not buried, but they're not in the back seat. It's the strangest. Their emotions, everybody has emotions. I can't find their emotions. I'm looking. It's almost like their emotions are just, I just pictured like, I have some weird abstract thoughts sometimes, but this is how it works. Like, I just picture like these floating kind of like balls on, like real light floating air-filled balls, like on the surface of water. And that's what their emotions look like to me. Like the water itself is there, it's under, but the balls are full of air, and that's where their emotions are. And they're just kind of like bopping along. Like I think this person just really relies on their gut feelings, like their instincts and their rational thoughts to kind of secure their emotions. Like I don't feel that they have overly sensitive feelers, you know what I mean? Like I think they feel very, I dare say, maybe this is why it's so foreign to me. They feel well adjusted. Like, oh yeah, I don't know what that's like. No, I really don't. I'm working on it. Okay, so that's okay. All right. All over the place. That's me. Welcome. Okay, so their thoughts about where this is headed and what they might like are sunny and good, but let's look into what are they thinking of doing next with you? What are they thinking their next move would be? Are they plotting a next move? What do they think is next? Seven of Cups. They are fantasizing about something. Ooh, now I want to know what. They're definitely thinking about something. They may even be doing some research online about, I feel they want to give to you. Here's our cups, and it shows up in fantasy energy and like dreamy stuff. I think they want to give to you and like and support you in that way. I think they are thinking of maybe getting away with you, how to make that happen. Maybe you have gotten away and they fantasize and reminisce about it. If you took a little trip together, or even just out and had a good time, like I think that they remember it and they think about it a lot. It comes back up a lot, like these good feelings that they've had with you, and I think that they want more of that. Like they may be actively like planning or strategizing an actual dream come true with you. Like they may be trying to, I think they're thinking of ways to support you, ways to help you realize your dreams, actually. Okay. Wow, I like this person, even though I'm like, where are your emotions? Okay. What do they think you're thinking? What do they think you're thinking? Two of Pentacles. They think that you are willing to make it work and that you think it's worth it. They think you think that you're a good match. They think that you're into it and protecting it, you know, like I love this card. This snake and this infinity and these eggs that are opening. God, that's why I love this deck. The images are insane. They're so good. Yeah, they think they think that you are having a good time. And investing. They think that you think it's worth it, and that, so I think they see you're showing up for this. You know, they see you show up in life, but I think they see you showing up for them too. There's a lot of reciprocity in this reading, even without a Six of Pentacles. So what are they? I realize this is going to go over the Nine of Swords, where we're talking about somebody's anxiety, but where do they see this ending up? Where do they see this ending up? Do they even think that far ahead? They're very in the moment. I feel they're very like, they do plan a little, but I don't feel that they're like distant planners, you know? Let's see. Where do they see this connection ending up? What do they see as a longer range? Where are they seeing this? Judgment. I think that they are, again, one of my favorite cards. Look at the cicada coming out into being. They see this as leading to, they actually do see this as leading to personal transformation. I think they think of you as a catalyst for growth, and that side by side, you are both more powerful. I think I'm getting they see this connection lasting and having endurance and being enlightening for you both. How do they see you in their future? How do they see you when they think ahead? How do they see you? Death, rebirth. Of all the death cards, this is one of my, this is so gross, but it's really like actually one of my favorites, because what's about is what the death card really is about to me. I'm telling you, this deck is fantastic. See this dead fawn or whatever, and its entrails and blood and stuff, bones and everything are going back into the earth to like regenerate. And you know, a lot of times in tarot, like people talk about death being like an ending and a new beginning, and like I don't necessarily feel it has to do with an ending. I don't see it as even a new beginning in this case, and in this context, and in this question. This fits really differently. I see their thoughts about you and their future are related to you. This is transformative energy, and this is transformative energy. I really feel this person has an instinctual knowing that you are a major catalyst in their life. Like you are a major component to their own ascension and growth. Like they feel so inspired by you. And I feel like a lot of the old ways about themselves that they may have not wanted to focus on, or maybe some things they've wanted to let go, maybe even baggage they've wanted to drop, they find healing. I get healing. They find healing in you, in your energy. They feel healed by your energy. They feel that your presence in their life, you in their life, is nourishing and what's the word? Initiating things they never thought, things they never felt, things they never knew. A lot of really beautiful new growth, you know, like new fertilized, sort of nourished growth. Okay. And for the bottom here, you have the moon, which is about, in many cases, there's a duality of shadow and light. And in this card in particular, I always see that because we've got this white wolf here and this dark wolf in the shadow and the reflection and the, but as a bottom deck energy, I just feel that this is speaking to what I was saying about their thoughts and feelings being, they're more thought driven than feeling driven in a way, but they don't feel like major overthinkers at all. This this person feels like someone who intuits. You know what I mean? Like I said, when they feel in their guts and their instincts, like that's what I get here. This person, a lot of what they process is just not emotional and not even always just mental. It's just like a gut. Like, I think this is a good match for you. That's just my own personal input, because I'm, with you having this energy, High Priestess, Queen of Wands thoughts going on, and this whole message about you reconnecting, and it felt like, connecting to who you are, and like you're coming across as very powerful, and I think this person is very supportive of you in anything you do, but in your power and in your growth, and they see it as an opportunity for you both to grow. Like, there's just a lot of positivity. This is a tricky one because their thoughts are very calm and their thoughts are very secure. Like I said, they feel well adjusted. That doesn't mean they are, but they may be moving. I think this is someone who, if they've had issues, they're the type of person who's been putting in work. So I'm going to get out the Heart's Eye Oracle. Only one card is missing right now, and that's besides this one, and it's the one for group 3 that I have pulled aside. But it doesn't matter because we've got plenty here. And these are just more messages about your connection, the situation between you. Just a little bit more message from the spiritual realm about this connection. Something you need to know. Self-care. Don't forget to take care of yourself. If you're obsessing over this person, you may be wanting to be ultimately available and giving to them and giving and giving and giving to them. Please give to yourself. They want to see you do the same. You can find ways to balance being there for them and being there for yourself. Like, it doesn't have to be completely separate, but it does. You do need to carve out and make sure that you are honoring the things you do love to do in life, and don't get lost in this person, because then your appeal will naturally kind of like waver. Like, part of what's so attractive about you to them is this like force that you are, and this powerful kind of like manifesting endless potential being that you are. And if you're, don't get lost in them, because they won't really know what to do with that. They feel a bit independent, and I guess this really ties into this Devil card early on, when I said you may be having like a hard time getting them off your mind, or feeling having a kind of just thinking about them constantly and having obsessive thoughts, which makes sense because they think so highly of you and they're supportive of you and everything feels really smooth and good. So why wouldn't you want to think of them and be with them when I feel like there's good energy between the two of you. Like, it feels really good to be together. And so you know, it's easy to get addicted to that. That's another thing from the Devil. Like, you can get addicted to that feeling, especially if there's passion. Like I mentioned, it feels like this is a passionate connection. If you're physically passionate and have like a good physical connection, that can be very swaying. I'll try to keep it rated, for public audience, but like, yeah, like it can drive your mind to like want them around more than need healthily be, because it feels so good. If the kisses feel good and the hugs feel good and everything else feels good, like, it's easy to get caught up and want more of that. So just a word on that. Don't forget who you are. Remember who you are, but also, yeah, like, take care of yourself, and like take those times that you're apart to remember to do the things that for yourself that make you unique and make you that have you on your path that is so inviting to them. And another healing, and here it is over this card where I got healing. So strong. Yeah, there's a lot of healing energy here for you. I think that you may have been through more than your fair share of heartaches and troubles, and maybe that gives you a little anxiety. Maybe you are the one with the anxiety, because I don't feel this person is anxious. Like, their thoughts are real, I want to say clear. Just because it's difficult for me to translate them doesn't mean they're not clear. Like, I don't think they have a lot of questions. Like, they just feel really, like I think I said, confident. And this Nine of Swords that I got, I really, as far as like what they see as a blockage, I think they're well aware that you could become anxious. You've probably told them. But the thing is, you know, to have somebody just fully support you in a way that is authentic and like is healing for you, and like I said, I think your presence in their life is motivating and healing for them, for anything else that they need to let go of. So that's wonderful. And I'm gonna get one more from this new deck I have. It's, what's it called again? Spirit Animal Wisdom. Just another word from the spirit realm on this kind of advice for you around this reading and this situation. You have Spider, Dreamweaver. Tune into the energetic grids around you. Where can you send your energy for healing? Yo. So we've got this Dreamweaver, and here I was talking about, I feel like you have dreams, and I don't want you to forget your dreams. And this person sees you as climbing mountains of like accomplishing great things, that you seem like an inspired person with ideas, and for this spider to show up saying, tune in to the energetic grids around you. Where can you send your energy for healing? I think you can send it everywhere. I think you can send it in every direction. I think you need to, give yourself some, give them some. Yeah, healing coming up here. Dare I say, I think you maybe have encountered someone that you deserve after maybe some trials and tribulation. Like, maybe this is someone who finally you're getting some support, like someone who's not afraid of your power, someone who thinks that your inspiration is inspiring to them, not intimidating. Do you understand? So I will leave that as it is and get on to the next one. But this is pretty cool. It looks like you got a good thing going. I'll be curious to see if this group shows up in a future reading. I really enjoyed it. Your energy's really awesome, and this person is such a mystery to me. Going into their thoughts was really different. Okay. All right. Well, see you soon. Hi to the third group. We chose this sodalite and this card that says balance. See this fairy? This card is telling me just a little about your situation with the person on your mind, is that there's either a need to come into balance, come back into balance, I want to say with each other. I'm going to leave it at that. We're going to just dive in and see what's going on. But that's just what I felt. I'm using this Children of Litha Tarot to look at your thoughts first. Just 3 cards on your thoughts about this person, the situation, and then we'll get into theirs. Your thoughts, sodalite. What are your thoughts on this situation, this person? That's, I can't see. That's an 8 of Pentacles. Whoa. Yeah. Your thoughts. Your thoughts. Knight of Wands. So your thoughts on the situation, what I'm getting here is that you're seeing this as a work in progress. You're seeing this as a situation that you would like to see grow. You want to understand more about what it is and what it's meant to do in your lives. You're willing to put in the work. You think of this situation as worth it. You are questioning the spiritual aspects of the relationship and whether or not it's your final destination in love. Like, you're wondering if this person is sort of like your key to happiness and happily ever after. You're wondering if this is your, is this your 10 of Cups? You're wondering if this is your, you seem to also be in a state of questioning the spiritual influence on the situation and on you in your life. Like, what you may be asking things like, was this meant to be? What are we meant to do together? Like, a lot of like spiritually driven, spiritually inspired curiosity here. And then the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands telling me that your thoughts on the situation are that you're kind of like super into it and you want to go ahead with it. You know what I mean? Like, there's just a real kind of like go for it feeling. You're thinking that you may be thinking that you can make it happen if it's not happening exactly how you want. You may be feeling a sense of control. You may be wondering and thinking about like what you can do to make this happen. Like, you may be looking into it, even ways to manifest the outcome or deepen your connection. There is a strong sense of this situation needing something. It's not just all broken and it's not just all peachy. Like, it feels like a situation that needs to be, like I said, I felt like it needs to be brought into balance. And I think your head is in all these, you know, practical, spiritual, and active, action-oriented, ideas-oriented places. Like, it's just like how to make it work, why to make it work, and making it work kind of energy. I don't know if that might have sounded a little bit crazy. I'm feeling a little bit crazy, not gonna lie. I don't know if that applies to the situation at all. Maybe you've been feeling a little bit crazy. I don't want to say that. I don't want to assume that. I'll put these guys over here for my own personal remembrance. And I'm using this Wayhome Tarot, which I love so much, and I said in the last 2 readings, the symbolism is rich on these. I love it. I think it's really appropriate for getting into minds. I have another one I really like for thought reading, but let's just stay focused, Carmen. Deliver the damn reading, Carmen. All right. How are you showing up in this person's thoughts? Sodalite in this person's thoughts. Page of Wands. You're showing up as determined. You know, Page of Wands, Knight of Wands. They're feeling your energy and your determination to get what you want out of this. Who are you to them? These are the first couple of questions for everybody. Who are you? Who do they think you are to show up in their life? Like, who do they think you are in their okay. They may be a little confused. They think of you as Ace of Pentacles. They think of you as I don't want to, as a possibility for great things. They definitely do. They see you as albeit it would require a lot of work and a lot of commitment and a lot of intention. I think they think of you as having your relationship having enormous potential and to be everything, to be the one. However, I cannot escape this mental energy of them feeling like I get like there's a control thing going on. Like, I think the control is out of balance here. I don't know if maybe they feel so they may think that you're a little too determined. Do you know what I mean? They may you may find yourself needing to give them some space so that they can miss you and wonder about you. And I get the sense that their thoughts are that you have enormous potential, but they may be feeling a little like pressured by your desire and your attention. that could be personal, you know, maybe they're just not used to it, but for whatever reason, that's what I'm thinking, that they're like, they're slightly uncomfortable with I just heard like how it started, how it's going. Like there's something that's a little uncomfortable to them. There's something, again, there's something out of balance here. Somebody's giving more. You're probably giving them more than they're giving, but I think it's also that it may feel like a bit much, you know? Just being honest. Tell me, let me see their thoughts. Oh. All right. I think they feel there's a need for a new beginning. That's the Death card. I think they feel there's a need to like kind of start over. I'm not sure what's going on, but that's what that feels like. Like they think I don't think they think it's lost. I think they think it needs a fresh slate, a clean slate. I feel like they would like to give this a fair shot, this and you a fair shot, but something has made them feel like somebody has to let something go. I think possibly both of you. They have to let go of some built up feelings about how you're coming onto them, and you may need to let some things go, and I think that might be control stuff. I mean, take it how it fits. It shouldn't be a stretch, but you know your situation, and this is a collective reading, but there's definitely a vibe of control, and it's coming across to me as you're the person who's kind of like a little bit making them slightly uneasy about like the amount you're trying to control. And like I said, it needs to be brought back into balance. Like I don't think they've given up, and they see you as great and a lot of potential. I just feel like there's something that has to go so that you can, do this. More thoughts of you, this person's thoughts of you. Knight of Cups. On the other hand, I do think they enjoy the attention, and that makes them feel, you make them feel loved. So yeah, like maybe you're not terribly overbearing with it, but maybe it's new to them. Maybe it's a little uncomfortable to have someone like you, like giving them love and attention. Maybe they've never had that before, I think you make them feel loved and appreciated and wanted and needed, and that can be a little bit overwhelming, but it's also nice. Moderation. I feel like moderation is a fair word to throw in there right now. Everything in moderation. My goodness, look at all these flipping. All right, let's start. Let me go on to this one question I've been asking. What do they see as an obstacle or a hurdle or a challenge? What do they see as an obstacle, hurdle, or challenge in this connection? Hierophant. You may have different ideas about the nature of your relationship. You may have different ideas about how how it should evolve, how the timing, the pacing, the space. Like you may have different ideas about how this works. And I realize this is the Hierophant, and that may sound weird, but like I think I'm getting that they think you may have different expectations and needs on a spiritual level. Bringing it into balance. Let me get more on this. Their thoughts on their thoughts on challenges, judgment. I think they think they may not be where you are in life, like as ready or as spiritually evolved as you. Your attention is a bit overwhelming to them. They aren't as healed as you. So in order for this to work, like in order for the two of you to really coexist well together, like there's just something is out of whack. And I think it has to do with just your big ideas, like your real kind of like base core essence of what you believe, you know, partnerships, romantic partnerships are. Yeah. Let's look more at where do they see this going? Where do they see this going with the sodalite person? Where does this person see this going? Uh-oh, 7 of Swords. All right. That's where we have some questions about intentions and honesty. I get the feeling that they don't think they have been able to communicate clearly to you how they really feel, what it is that is off, and they they seem a little avoidant around the area of coming clean with that, like their thoughts to you and their feelings to you. There's a sense of them being wary in general in love. Well, like I said here, like I just don't think they're used to it. They don't quite trust it. And it's not that they don't trust you. I don't think they just trust easily. I think this person feels like an outsider in so many ways. Where do they see this? Where do they see you in their future? Four of Wands. They see you as like home base. Like they see you as, you know, they see you as a solid, committed presence in their life. Like they see you in their life in the future as being present and yeah, I just can't get away from solid. Like I think you're solid. I think they would like you to be around, to stick around. I think they want you to be there in the future. Okay? Well, show me more of their thoughts about the future of this situation. Lovers. I think they think you're going to figure it out. They think you'll figure it out. They think it'll work out. I think they have their own mental stuff. I'm struck with this, like, in my mind, this feeling of being afraid to speak. I'm not feeling afraid to, it's like I feel their sort of like fear of opening up and fear of vulnerability, and but it almost feels, this feels secretive, you know, like these ideas, you know, the Four of Wands is like the 1111 is synchronicity, and the Lovers is this like decision about union. And I think that they really like see you as like all that, just like this Ace of Pentacles. They're just striking me as having a little bit of worthiness issues, but also like your attention on them can make them feel defensive sometimes. Like it if you come at them with like, oh, all this love, and if they get uncomfortable with it because they're not accustomed to it, maybe they didn't grow up with it, like it may make them feel a little defensive about it, to be honest. Like really like kind of a little bit wary of it, like they don't know if they can believe that you really, really, really could be there with them. And I just got this thought that they think that, I think you may be more experienced than them, like in relationships. And on one hand, I think that makes them feel inferior in experience, but I think on the other hand, it makes them feel like you, like maybe they're not as special as you think. All right. What do they think needs to happen? We've talked about, you know, clean slate and enlightenment and things being out of whack and needing to be brought back into balance. But what do they think needs to happen? Daughter of Pentacles. Page. Which is kind of sweet. Or, you know, up here is the Ace. There needs to be some grounding. There needs to be, things need to be slowed down a tad for them. They need a calm, they need you to be like your enthusiasm is a little overwhelming for them, and I think that they need you to be a little, they need to think that you're being more respectful of their feelings. This person has a sensitivity, whereas like, you know, the last reading I couldn't get emotions on the person. They were totally like chill and cool, but they were not highly emotional people. This person comes off as more sensitive. So I think they are feeling that what needs to happen is you need to just hear them and be a little like gentle with them. That the relationship itself needs to be grounded better. Like their ground feels a little shaky and your hand feels a little forceful, and like I think there's a gentleness that needs to come in order to restore balance. What are they hoping will happen next? King of Pentacles. I think they're hoping that you will both, you know, overcome any the imbalance. I think that they're hoping that you can make it. Like they're hoping that they can show up for you. I think they're hoping they can be everything you think they are. I think they're worried about letting you down. And one last here. Uh-oh. What, let me just get one more about what they really think of you. How do they really, like we did this, we got this Daughter of Wands, and let me get one more about something they think of you. What's something else they think of when they think about, excuse me. Something else they think of when they think about you. Eight of Swords. Yeah. They are aware that they are aware that they are in, that they can be in a stuck mentality. Like they know that they don't want to get hurt, and they don't want to hurt you. They don't want to let you down. They don't want to be responsible for your pain. Does that make sense? They don't want to hurt you, and they don't want to put you in an anguished state at all. They don't want to feel trapped in this, though. They want to feel some freedom to find their way with you. They don't want you to always drive. Like if you imagine the two of you are driving on a road trip together, you have to take turns driving. And I think this person is feeling inferior, like I said to you. I just messed up, so I didn't get to see the bottom of the deck energy, but let me just get, since I didn't get that for you, I'm just gonna get one on this overall energy of this situation from this deck. Overall energy. Yeah, King of Swords. They're in a mental, analytical, like position. Like they're thinking it over and trying to figure out how to make this work and how to get the best of it without it destroying one or both of you. Like they have a general kind of like cynicism about love, I think. That's just the feeling that I'm getting. I think they think of relationships as just more work than they're always up for, but like they also think of you as really kind of like a lot. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just feel like they are sometimes overwhelmed by it. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is get 2 more of these Heart's Eye Oracle cards just around, you know, the situation here. Word from the spiritual realm about your situation. Strength. Word from your situation. Trust. Wow. Yeah. Regarding bringing things back into balance and what's going to happen between you. Strength. Look at that beautiful art. And trust. I mean, need I really get into that? You're being nudged to just sort of, you know, rest in your strength and trust in your strength, and trust in them to be able to make up their own mind, and trust that, you know, if it's meant to be, if this is meant to be, and you guys, this, you know, I mean, there's good stuff here. 4 of Wands and Lovers. If it's meant to be, you will find your way. I think they're a little bit more of a worrywart, and you just have to kind of like take deep breaths, ground yourself. There's a lot of grounding that needs to happen, and I think that the more grounded you are, the more they'll be able to, oh look, just in time, fire went out. The more they'll be able to trust, you know, what's happening, and that you're really there. I'm going to use this Animal Spirit Wisdom deck for one more, maybe some advice from the spirit realm about this situation. Dog, divine service. How can you serve yourself better? Yeah, I think there's a loyalty to yourself, and they have a loyalty to themselves, if that makes sense. And you're going after what you want because you want it, and they're just a little bombarded by that. And I think that, you know, it would be better service for you to just, you know, if you embrace the spirit of the dog, which is just, I mean, dogs are generally like happy and like loving and seeking approval, and like, you know, this is an energy that can be, when you have a dog that's like really needy, it's intense. It's like it puts you in a position of having like this big responsibility and like feeling a little bit of a burden to like someone else's happiness or whatever. But really take care of your spiritual needs, and find strength within, so that, you know, you're not pushing your needs. You're not going to meet your needs in this other person. Your spiritual needs are not going to be met through the love of this other person. And they don't like the heaviness and the weight of that. Like, that's what I'm getting. I think in order to bring things back into balance, you would do better to turn some of that attention and focus onto yourself. All right, so that's what I have for number 3, and I hope you got something from it, and I will see you next time.